I got sent something, and personally, when someone sends me things and they want me to react to it, I just know they want me to be mad at something. And I see this, and I see most influencers will go broke, and I feel like I know how this might go. So go ahead.
Controversial opinion, but I think that most influencers are going to end up going broke.
Yes, I also believe that for a number of reasons. One, they think that really big paycheck they get that first time means they're going to get it the next time and the time after that. But because nobody understands that these paychecks as content creators, whether if you're on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, it doesn't matter. They fluctuate in ways that you could think you've made it based off of that first check. But then that second check come in and it's like, ooh, maybe, just maybe this isn't something that I should put 100% of my chips in. Maybe I could put like 30% of my chips in it, but you know, that could be pretty good. And maybe if I grow it over time, it could be perfectly fine. But you know, 100% of the chips is never going to be a lucrative decision unless you get stupendously lucky. And considering the woman on the screen, I don't think she was considerably stupendously lucky.
I became an influencer in 2020 when Black people started trending.
I don't know why you're saying in 2020 Black people started trending. What were we doing in 2019?
And it was great. My platform was growing at an exponential rate.
Okay.
I was able to quickly start making money and quickly become a full-time influencer.
Okay, that's pretty good. Okay. I hope you had like a second job on the side so that you wouldn't have to just like completely give it all up.
It was even my first job where
Never mind. Okay. Why? You look, madam, you look like you could be like early mid 20s, maybe. Why is influencing your first ever job? And also, why do you have it written down right there in like little closed captions that you made 100K?
I made 100K. I was so happy. Not only was I happy from, making money, but also just being able to turn my creativity into a career. Until
that's good.
Income took a nosedive.
Now look, I'm gonna ask this question with so much like sincerity. What the fuck did you do with $100,000 in a year? What were you buying? What were you spending that money on? Why were you spending it on that at all? Because if you give me the opportunity to make $100,000 off of content creation, I'm investing, I'm saving, I'm spending less, and I'm making sure that I save more. But you know what? That's just me.
I went from making 100K to making less than the poverty rate. At first, I wasn't worried. Like, it was
You know what? Madam, if you make 100K and then you take a nosedive, you need to start worrying. You need to worry as soon as you recognize you get 100K and then you don't get 100K, because that's going to be your significant moment to understand, yep, everything about to take a significant fucking dip. And it would behoove you to, manage your money if you start seeing it dip past a certain point.
February, which is a normal slow month for the industry. So I just went about making content per usual. The worry started settling in March of 2024 when I had received 0 jobs, which is not normal. Usually around February, March is when everything starts picking up between Valentine's Day and springtime collections coming out. By
big advertisements.
April, it became real that I was going to have to find a full-time job. I could give you...
And did you? You said this all started last year, it's 2025. So did you? And are you going to tell me that this was your reasoning to try to reach out to anyone who wants to be a content creator, that while it may seem good, it would behoove everybody to, have like a job that they could fall back on? Yes?
Millions of reasons of why this happened, between DEI programs being taken out of a lot of companies, being supportive of Palestine, and being yelled at by marketing girls from Chanel telling me, what about the hostages? Different factors that could have played a part. But at the end of the day, this is where I am right now.
who in their right fucking mind gives a shit that DEI programs are being taken away? I'm speaking as someone who doesn't know who the fuck you are. Whatever you were doing to see your money start dipping down from 100K to below the fucking poverty line is something you have to navigate. You are probably somebody, if I were to find your account, is probably somebody who does a little bit of fashion content, maybe some makeup content, maybe some hair content, something along those lines. And you are probably somebody who had brands reach out to you in order to pay you and work with you. And you thought, all right, we just living lavishly. We living at a time where you could just sit back, relax, and the brands are going to come to you. Eventually, you're going to have to start going towards the brands. You're going to have to start selling yourself and hoping that these people buy into you and the things that you got going on. When you sit there and you try to make it out to be, oh man, these people aren't reaching out as much as they used to, it's time for you to lock in and be all about this, because like you said, it's your first job. You was able to let your creativity shine and get 100K off of that. And again, I'm asking, what the fuck did you do with that money to the fucking point where you below the poverty line? You need to start taking all your creativity, your portfolio of what you've done and how you've done it and what's your pay rate, and bring it to these brands so that they could work with you or deny you at the front fucking door. Because as much as a lot of people make content creation look like the most lavish thing under the sun, I promise you it ain't. And if you right now are working, I don't care where you work as a fucking restaurant worker, you doing Uber, you are working at Walmart, McDonald's, any of that. These are more lucrative than doing content creation full time, full stop. Any motherfucker trying to sell you on this shit by saying, hey, spend $10 on my course is trying to get money out of you because they running out of fucking money. And it's sad watching these motherfuckers try this fucking hard to make themselves to be so sympathetic when in reality, they're stupid and they don't know how to save their fucking money. What? And the video's not done. What else?
It's very behind, and I am
Why is your rent behind? Skill issue. Pay your rent.
possibly going to get evicted, guys. So shit has gotten so real. I'm a little scared, a lot of scared. I'm really scared, guys. It just sucks, you know. Like, I was so happy to make something that I'm really passionate about a full-time career. Now I'm up for possibly being homeless. Oh, that's crazy to say.
It's not crazy to say, because I'm going to take a guess. You were not saving your money. You weren't. You could have stockpiled that 100K. That way, you could coast for a full opportunity of a year lease. You could have took a nice portion of that 100K, go to the leasing office and say, hey, I want to pay out the rest of my rent for this lease. And maybe, based on calculations, if they allow you, next year's lease, because I want to stay in this area. And you could have been sitting comfortably for maybe a full year, half a year, 2 years, depending on your lease. But no, I'm almost certain you spent it on nice food, little luxury clothing, little things to benefit yourself in the short term, but in the long term, none of that shit matter if you ain't got a fucking roof over your head.
But just wanted to tell my story. If you guys want to support, you can. I will put my GoFundMe link in my profile. If you
Get a motherfucking job. And look, when I do these things, I understand that there's a collection of people who get very upset at me because I do content and I should feel sympathetic towards individuals like this. The difference between me and this person who immediately goes the GoFundMe route, the guy who sat there and said, you're taking money from me and it's financial abuse, from the people who think that 9 to 5s aren't as difficult as sitting in a fucking chair, the difference between me and them is that I am not a full-time content creator. I know I make it look like I am, but I'm not. I got things I want to do in my life. I got things that I do in my life, and I make money doing them things. Why? Because I understand the world works, and it works the only way possible, with money. And if you ain't got money, guess what? You're really not going to see too much opportunity. So it would behoove anybody, I've said this numerous fucking times, and I'm going to say it again, Do not stop your entire life to be a content creator. Go ahead and get that warehouse job. Go ahead and get that desk job. Go ahead and get that fucking job at McDonald's. It ain't nothing. It don't make you look bad. It don't make you look worthless. The job market is very fucking shit right now. So it would benefit a lot of people to find any job and try their best and save their money as much as they can. You can have side hustles. You can. But better than all, on a fucking content creation is the stupidest thing you could possibly fucking do. But don't take my word for it. Take the word of this motherfucker who did it all, I guess, the wrong way, and now they sitting here wondering where the fuck the money gonna come from now. And that's all I really got. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.